I've never seen a second goal not want to be scored more than tonight.
Yeah, it would have made the game a lot more comfortable if we'd have taken, several chances that we had. But I think I said the first game that I coached here, I love a 1-0. It's a really good scoreline because I think it shows a lot of character. You have to defend well. We scored a really good goal from set piece and a really good header from Idan. But we had to be patient. I thought it was a really tactical game today. They hurt you if you go jumping, and I've seen them do that to teams. I think they'd won 5 out of the last 8 games before playing us today. So, I didn't want our front two to go jumping. I wanted to starve their number 6s of the ball, and I thought we'd done that well. And they got frustrated at times then, and we intercepted a lot of ball and made good use of it when we needed to.
6 wins in a row is the most in the league this year, and it's by far the most this team has had. What does that mean? I mean, knowing how fragile and how any game can get away, what does that mean to you and the club? Yeah,
I think the players looked calm today. Even though they probably had a little bit more ball in the latter stages of the game. I thought it was a really efficient performance. I thought they started the game really quickly. And had the chance where Cali saved at the near post. But after that, I thought when we got our structure right, we looked a really good team. And then I think it's important that you have a rest on the ball at times, and we did that. So. There was a lot of facets of the game that I really liked today, where in comparison to last week.
And Cali had a lot of saves today too, but it was very different from the Cincinnati game, where they were bigger saves and more necessary. These are the ones. Would you classify any of the ones today as beyond the ones that you should get? I
thought the one in the second half where the wide players cut the ball into the midfielder. I think the 10, he took it in his stride and hit it. And he was going in the far corner. I thought that was a really good save. The others, I've come used to him saving them, so they'll probably have had 4 or 5 more shots than us, but I think I count at least 4 from 35 yards, which is not troubling Kelly.
Thanks.
And not just 6 straight wins now, but 3 straight clean sheets in MLS. Those have been a little bit harder to come by this year with a changing back line. What are you seeing as a big difference in these last few games to get these clean sheets?
I think a little bit of confidence, a little bit of belief, but I think a bit more togetherness about the group as well. We lost our way a little bit during the run of 10 away games in 12 and made some, individual mistakes that cost us goals. And looking back at it now, I think it was probably mental fatigue, but we was also missing our fullbacks. It's great to have Nathan back. He just understands the game really well. He had a tough first 15 minutes today as well against their boy on the right. But I think the confidence and the belief in the players now has contributed for sure.
What was the explanation they gave you on Liel not being able to sub in? Was it Kerwin not coming off in time?
Apparently, I didn't see any of the officials rushing or telling him that he had to get off a little bit quicker. So I was frustrated with that. Listen, they wasn't trying to kill time. Tell them to get off. If it's them to get off, Diani got off the far side. They're both going off at the same time, and then you lose a player for a minute. It looks a little bit farcical for me.
In this six wins on the mount, how close do you feel like your team is to where you want to be?
We're getting closer. We're still obviously not there. I think we've built up some momentum. We're starting to build some confidence. I clearly said last week I didn't think it was a really good performance in the first half, especially. But the work rate, the work ethic was there, but also how we defended today without the ball. I thought we frustrated a really good football team. They play through their 6s quite a lot, and I thought we restricted that, especially first half, and left their centre-backs on the ball. So, I think when we get that right without the ball, I've always said there's goals in us, and I like the fact that Liel Abada's come off the bench and showed us what he's about. That's what players have to do when they come off the bench, because I thought he was brilliant when he came on.
Iran Tokomati, another goal, 10-goal contribution in MLS. Now, what do you make of this great first season for him so far.
Yeah, no, he's growing all the time, and he'll get better. He's a tough lad. Won the ball for the last chance for Wilf as well. But you can see he can score all types of goals. He's scored goals from a yard. He scored from 20 yards, and he scores headers as well. That was a great leap and a good header. And his all-round game is improving. And the thing I like about him is he's robust. He doesn't miss many training sessions. When he plays most minutes.
Harry made his debut tonight. What did you mention him right before?
Yeah, just go on. Before he came on, you mean?
Yeah.
Just go and play your game. Just keep it simple. He had a big touch when he went to go and shoot, and I think that's a little bit of rustiness. So it was important to give him some minutes today. He was meant to be back, and he was meant to be back for training on Friday, but unfortunately maintenance issues with his plane deterred that, so he didn't get back till yesterday afternoon in the end. But it's great that we've got players like him now coming along and boosting the depth of the squad now. Cheers.
Coach, can you talk to us about Wilfred Zaha's foul at the beginning of the game? Do you think that was actually a red?
On him or him on the other player?
Him on his aggressiveness.
No, never a red. I could see there was some red missed because the lad's left one on him just before. And he's got to have that emotional control to not go through, and he threw the lad over and deservedly got a yellow card, but it was no more than that.
Did he get bitten? That's one of the things we heard.
Did who get bitten?
Zaha.
No, I've not heard that at all, no.
So how's obviously you took Lamati with a lot of responsibility tonight. How does having Archie Goodwin help the squad and fit in here?
It helps massively. Again, improves the depth. He's got to get himself fit first. We've got to get the visa sorted as well, and then he'll improve the squad. And that's what our job is to do: is continually improve the squad. And we're doing that. We're improving in the league as well now. So we just need to continue. We've got a game against Red Bull. I think it's next Sunday. So we've got to be ready for that, because that'll be a big game for us.
And then this match does a couple things for you. It puts you 6. It also puts you one match away from most games that Charlotte FC has ever won at home this season. What is your opinion of the trajectory of the club going into the final third of the season?
I always said it's really important. I've found since I've been here to finish it. It's how you finish this league, and we're finishing it well at the moment, but there's still 7 more games to go in the regular season. We need to go and qualify for the playoffs first and foremost, and then we'll just take it game by game. Next game's Red Bull, and if we can get 3 points, we put more distance between ourselves and them, and hopefully close that gap on the top 4 as well. Cheers. Thank you.
Last one, you. You mentioned tactically that you guys look much better, more compact, more sound, especially going forward. Is that something that you'll be carrying into the next game against Red Bull?
Yeah, you have to. Red Bull play a very high pressing game. Every time you throw it backwards, they'll be looking to jump and press. So we have to make sure we get our tactics spot on. And when you do, like we knew in today's game, if we built up in the middle third in a back 3 with our 2 fullbacks wide and our wide players in the pockets, it would cause them problems. And I thought we had some really good spells when we did that. So it's times being a little bit pragmatic in terms of who you're going to play and how you're going to play.
And lastly, you moved Zaha back on the wing. You had him at the 10 against Cincinnati. Is that something that you favored more himself, or is that something?
Yeah, I just felt in last week's game we never got enough ball into both him and Idan, and broke down a few too many times. And I just felt with the way that they played, we had to stop their 6s today. And Brant Bronico does an unbelievable job when he does that.
All right, thank you guys.
Cheers, thank you.
Good game, coach.